Setting the right expectation is more important than fulfillment. Let me explain why. And if you don't follow this lesson, you will go into the same mistake over and over again, and it is extremely dangerous. It's happened to one of my clients who not double, triple, but quadrupled a business for his student, and he still asked for a refund. And the business was going good; they were making money, right? And he made whatever he charged, but he still refunded. And you need to ask yourself, why did that happen? Because he promised him X results and he missed it by 4K. So you might be thinking, like, wait, what? Like, somebody 4X's your business, right? And you miss it by like 4K or 3K or some amount like that. And he refunded because he couldn't fulfill the promise. And remember, he 4X'd the business and the client was still unhappy. Do you think this is like the student's fault, or whose fault is it for you? Ask yourself this question. Oh, you probably think, yeah, it's the student's fault because he missed it by 4K, and like he promised him it's his fault, right? Because the guy 4x his business. You're absolutely wrong. You couldn't be further from the truth. And let me tell you why. See this example. And this is why most coaches are called, Miami Coastal, whatever it is, they're called scammers. And this is the biggest reason why that happens. See this example that I'm just showing, right? For B2C, this is one of my stories. For B2C, lifestyle matters. For B2B, it doesn't. Now, of course, this point that I came up with, right? But you can still need to personalize your audience. That's why it doesn't work for more coaches. I said this thing, but it was for a different reason. But let me give you a really recent and a solid example. Let's look at TJR, right? TJR is running 140 ads when he bought his new viewers. Now, do I have anything against TJR? No. Do I actually kind of like the guy? I do. Is he funny? Yeah. But the point is that when he bought the viewers, and when he bought the Koenigsegg, it was like 300 ads were running. So, and you guys just like see, oh, this is a guy. He's a dumb guy who makes TikTok all day, buys supercar, and does trading. That's what you see. But there's a lot of work happening in the surfaces, right? And this is what you see. The reason why they're called scammers is because they sell their lifestyle. How you can do it, and it doesn't take that much time, and it's super easy to do, and boom, you will lose your reputation right then and there. Not because you're teaching a scam. I probably think TJR knows this stuff. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm not, I'm not hitting on him. Pause. But the point is that with TJR, what he's doing is that if a student, let's say he takes from 0 to 10K, he'll still be unhappy. And I'm sure I have taken like one of their sales calls. I was just like seeing how they do it. The expectations were quite decent. It wasn't that bad. But if they made the expectations wrong, where like they took the student, they 10x'd him, right? He was making nothing. Now he's making 10K with trading. Let's say he did it in a year or 6 months, whatever it is, right? He does that. And he's like, whoa. But he will not be whoa. Why? Because he is dreaming and thinking about buying a Urus. He's dreaming and thinking about buying a Koenigsegg. You see where the gap is. You see this massive gap, right? Where the person itself is not fulfilling what has been shown. He thinks he's doing shit. He thinks he's not doing to the level which TJR. I have the same resources that TJR has. I have the same things. He has student results. There are people driving all these cars. Why am I not able to do it? And boom. There's a way you lose some of that reputation. People, even though you 10x the guy, the expectation was wrong. And this is just an example I want to give you of how badly it can hurt your business. And let me tell you something else, right? Now, I made 20K, right? And if you don't set this goal for your clients, it boggles my mind how many. It's just like almost monkey if you do this. You're just like a little monkey who's just running around doing business. But the point is that if you set the goal for your client and not the client itself, they will refund you. They will, and if you don't hit it, like how arrogant it is of you. Let's say I make 20K and I'm like, yeah, bro, for sure. You can make 20K as well. Oh, let's get this. Now, what if he doesn't do that? And what if he does not want to make 20K, in 2 weeks or in 1.5 weeks? He doesn't want to do that, right? I did that. I want to do that. This is nothing, I want to scale way past this. I'm not happy with this. He might be super happy if he did this in 2 months. Did I ask him about it? Did you ask him about it? Are you pushing towards his goal? Are you putting that goal in front of him all the time when you're hopping on sales calls? You're not. Or when you're hopping on coaching calls? Do you do that? No. And that's why this is such a simple, normal thing, but it plays in the mind so badly that it can hurt you for the wrongest reasons on the planet. And now, will I guarantee the same as I told you? Hell no. Is it possible? Yeah, I can. Can I show him more client results? Yes. But would I much rather ask him what he wants to achieve and what he can think they can achieve, right? He or she. And the point is that if you don't understand this simple little thing, the client they will feel bad about themselves. You're robbing them of their own joy because they're constantly comparing what you told them, what they're making. First of all, making money online is like it's a really good thing. And if you're doing it good, I'm not saying I'm not being wishy-washy, but if somebody doubles, triples, or quadruples your business, you should be more than grateful for it. Now, and this is the thing, but what's happening? If they made 40K and I'm just telling them, yeah, my client did 120, they're going to feel like shit. That's the truth. They're going to feel like shit. They're going to be like, oh, another client's doing 120. I'm doing just 40. What's wrong with me? And even though, and let's say there are different factors, right? Now I'm going to talk about variable factors as in the business that which causes all these things. You can show them results. You can show them your expertise, whatever you're tuning. But the hard truth is there are a lot of variable factors. And that's what I was talking about. Niche. What niche are they in? How much can they actually charge? Let's say you're in the how to teach plumbers to change an oil pipe in Czech Republic. So such a random offer, right? And you can't charge 10K for that. You just can't, right? And how much market do they have? What's the total addressable market that they have for them to sell in? Now, that offer which I told you to learn how to do plumbing for oil pipes and stuff in Czech Republic, that's like this small. And of course, they can still make money. They can still run with it. But will I be like, nah, man, you can do 120K as you would for a fitness coach or would be for a health coach? The entire game that they're playing, it's a different field. A lot of factors go in before you can promise them X results, right? And this is what you do instead. I'm going to teach you this exact thing right now. That's what we do inside of our calls, is that I ask you, what do you want? That's the first thing. And then I show them the results. I show them the material. I show them that they can break their limiting factors. And then I give them an option. Do they want to join or not? It's your choice, right? I'm not going to push you because what's the point of onboarding a client for 10K when they refund 2 months later and they're not happy and you lost time and money? And even though the guy made money, you didn't got a client interview out of them, right? And also on top of that, they stopped using your service and you lost money and lost effort on them and they're not happy and you could feel the friction while you're hopping on the calls. How insane is it for me to set someone's... It's like saying, hey, bro, you have to date this type of girl. You have to date her. You have to date this description. And their type could be completely different. How asinine it is to think that we could set and push our expectations on the other clients. People do it all the time. That's why the info industry is called such a scam, because when you're selling a perfume, when you're selling a shoe, when you're doing e-commerce, when you do SaaS, all these things, they don't give you these expectations. They're like, hey, it's a perfume, you'll smell nice, you might get a girl, boom. They might show you in that, but they know the limitation. But when a person tells them that, hey, this could happen, and they get lied to over and over again, it becomes way harder to process it. And I'm also going to talk about how you should approach it. Now, of course, if you want more in-depth resources and you actually want to learn on an in-depth level, how you can use this to clients' lives, book a one-on-one with me. But I'm going to talk about done for you and done with you difference and how massive it is. So here's the difference, right? We're done with you, right? Your clients and you are towards working. You're a team. You're working towards X goal. And when you're done for you, you're doing all the work. The client's chilling, right? They sort of do their work, whatever responsibilities they have, they know, right? On done with you, they take accountability, they take responsibility. They're like, yes, I need to do this thing right. When they're done for you, what happens? They don't take that much accountability. They're like, because this guy promised me he's going to take me to 50K, he's going to do the job, he's going to do it all, right? And we're done with you. They're hungry to work. They're like, okay, I actually feel that I can do this. I have a control of my situation. I can ask Alex about all the questions that I have. I can go out there and achieve X, Y, Z. But done for you, it's like, oh yeah, that guy, he'll take me. He's promised me. I don't have really much to do. I can't do it without him. He knows more than me, and they're just fiddling around all the time, and it frustrates me so much because how okay, this is such a stupid way to run a business, right? And you can do a hybrid. Let me talk about that as well. But the point is that imagine this: you come in and you're like, oh yeah, we can scale you to 10k, we can scale you to 30k a month. Yeah, you sell plumbing pipes for you teach you how to do plumbing for oil pipe checks in Czech Republic, right? Oh yeah, totally. I don't even know how to speak the language. I don't even know how to do it, but I'll get you 10k because I'm a great marketer. Like no, they understand more about the service and more about their experience. They're more expert in you. So why not take their themselves and scale them up? Why not say, hey man, see your market's really reached down or your market X, Y, and Z. I can help you, and I've done it in the past. I've helped some guy in Zimbabwe to do it. The weird countries are coming in my head. But let's say I helped the guy, same business, plumbing one in Zimbabwe, and we have gotten this. But I don't know if we can, like you know more about your market. This is what the price point is. This is what it is. Do you want to join? Join. If you don't want to join, don't join. Right? And this is where you have that because your marketing is good. This can only work when you have ecosystems. If I don't close a client, they're just watching the YouTube videos, and 1 or 2 months later, they're buying anyway. Because some of the objections that I get, I pre-handle them right here. As this is an objection that I'm pre-handling right now about guarantees. Because when you guarantee a client, let me also talk about something this which is such a crucial thing. Now, first of all, let me talk about this. You can do a hybrid where you have certain aspects of done for you, where you can implement setters, where you can implement teams in the business and really help them out. That can work. But don't make this a complete done for you because it should be like an 80-20 rule, or I would say like a 70-70-70, like a 70-30 rule. That could also work. But the point is that the clients need to have a control of their situation. They need to take responsibility. Now, when a client comes in and they ask for a guarantee, all that I'm hearing, let me move myself, is that, let me give you an example. This is a pond, right? This is a pond that has a lot of water, and they have this here. That's their feet, let's say. They're tippy toeing. Now, if I have someone who is not a guarantee one, right? They don't ask for a guarantee. I'm like, no, there's no guarantee. They're gonna dive in straight into it because the person who's thinking about the guarantee all the time, what he's trying to do is basically get his money out. And that whole mindset will never allow you to scale. Oh, I paid this guy 8K. So what I'm gonna do is that I just want to get the 8K back. Or if I don't make the 8K back, it's all their mind is just going around that 8K constantly. While the person who doesn't come from the guarantee is constantly thinking, whoa, you know what I need to do? I need to scale more. Now that I have invested X amount, I need to jump in, make the money, and scale further from that. And those clients always, and this is like I would say 95% of the times, always make money who come from not the guarantees. And I don't offer it anymore to any client. And the reason is why is because I know that client is gonna work and with me and actually ask me questions and not be lazy about his own process and own business. And they are the best people to work with, and I help them actually more. I do more free stuff for them. And the reason is because I know they're implementing stuff. With this guarantee guy, this Mr. Tippy Toe, who's scared of everything in his life, who asks for permission every 2 seconds, he is gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, like I just want to make my, I just want to make my money back. I just want to make my money back. I can't make it more." Now, I'm not here to roast anyone. Be diligent of who you are buying from. How long are they gonna work for you? If they have a guarantee in place about, let's say you don't get the X result, they work for you for till you get it. That is also there. How you add skill, all that stuff. Be diligent. I'm not saying just jump in on random offers and get scammed. Do your research, guys. This is the most basic stuff on the planet. Don't be a monkey. Don't be a business monkey. The term that I use, don't be a business monkey. There are a lot of business monkeys out there. Just don't be one, right? Be a business human and treat and work on the business like a human. If you have any more questions about this and you are kind of confused, and I think you shouldn't be, but you also have to curate yourself, have results. I would even say this, and you can test it out if it works for you. Even if you don't have the best results, even if you don't have a lot of backing, still I would not recommend taking the guarantee and just like getting someone in who already is like halfway. I would say that client will much rather get results, because this whole guarantee mindset, it's just gonna like frustrate you in so hard that you won't be able to scale. And I've seen this multiple times. These people cannot scale. As soon as they make their money back, they get lazy. And this is the truth. And if you have any questions, you can DM me on IG. I answer to all my DMs. I'm still busy, but I still do, because I love helping you guys. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.